You found it all here on Ann's Ranch.
Maybe the render unto Caesar quote in the New Testament was not about paying taxes. Maybe it was a warning that we should never enmesh matters of the spirit with worldly affairs. Most are keenly aware that this unholy alliance exists in evangelical circles. But did you know that a majority of modern spiritual and paranormal influencers are pushing Trump propaganda as well? Many even go so far as to claim that his family is of divine origin, chosen by God.
I received that message not too long ago that she is in open contact with the Pleiadians, Melania is. And she's doing a lot of work. She's a very powerful being.
In addition, he has again begun working with the Galactic Federation to reveal the existence of extraterrestrial life and help humanity achieve a Star Trek future.
This is essentially a New Age merger of church and state. They tell their followers that futuristic med beds, which can heal any ailment, are coming to the public very soon. The comment sections under their videos are tough to read because they are filled with people who have very sick relatives and are quite desperate. And while it is true that healing modalities are being hidden from the public, there is no proof that Trump is doing anything about this. But this does not stop him from mirroring back the narrative to the gullible. They claim that the ICE takeovers in our cities are actually cover for a noble operation to save children held in alien-infested underground bases, while our own real children are being terrorized on the surface. Amazingly, they even tried to put a positive spin on mass surveillance.
As an intelligence analyst, and I have things to say about Palantir because this tech isn't new. What's new is our awareness of it. So, are we being watched, or is the system mirroring the surveillance that we put on our own souls? Metaphysically, we install tracking software on our own souls. These systems mirror what we do to ourselves until we stop.
You are the reason you are being spied on.
Like, okay, why would it make sense for Trump to get in bed with these people? So, my theory is you can't take your enemy. Sometimes you have to become your enemy to take them down.
It's kind of like the NSA with running a dragnet on the whole world and collecting everyone's. It's like, well, they had to do that to get the bad guys.
Yes, we are listening to all your calls so we can get the bad guys.
I know people hate and get super triggered when we say this is 5D chess or chess moves. But I mean, that's kind of what this is
And right as I said that, Jace commented the exact same thing in the chat, so there you go.
What do you say?
He said, Palantir feels mostly positively aligned to me, feels similar to how Q describes NSA.
Trust me, Palantir is mostly positively aligned. Trust the plan.
We need a world government to welcome the aliens.
The disclosure that happened in the release ET technology, you need to establish world peace and we need to establish a certain degree of global governance. So Trump is doing that.
That's exactly what he's doing.
World peace, global governance, and right now, I think we're probably going to see a much more prominent role of the United Nations, because this is what Trump is facilitating.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's doing all that and blasting the cartel out of the water.
Yeah. I bet those fishing poles are filled with drugs. Engage.
They say that the military in our cities is for our safety. They celebrate the Epstein Files release even though they have redacted the most important part, the names of the abusers. They say that bombing 9 countries is peace, and that putting another nation first is saving them for last. How terribly convenient that while Joe Biden funded Gaza's destruction, senior Trump advisors, both official and unofficial, were already making plans to remake Gaza for themselves after Trump came back to power. It's almost like they are all working together. The Board of Peace is about as Orwellian as it gets. Of course, none of his promised reforms or deep state arrests have occurred, so the narratives are constantly changing. Now they claim he's a destroyer.
And here's what I saw. Donald Trump's soul signed up to be the bringer of chaos.
Instead of chess, he's actually destroying the entire game. They now say that he was chosen by God to destroy so that a new world can be built. The goalposts are always moving. Bombing 9 countries is called peace. Constant lies are called transparency. Maybe those Department of Government efficiency checks are in the mail. But perhaps the most egregious example of betrayal was the way many of these influencers were forced to spin Trump's atrocious sellout to the tech oligarchs. The very people who censor our speech and surveil us in ever-expanding ways have now turned to the light. They tell us Trump has tricked them all. Thanks to new billion-dollar contracts, the AI surveillance tools used to kill civilians in Gaza will be used against us.
Stand like that meeting with Bill Gates and Zuckerberg, everyone was really mad. Like, why are you in a meeting with these people instead of arresting them, right? And I can only imagine some sort of some sort of meeting taking place behind the scenes where basically it's like, listen, you've lost. We've got all this dirt on you. We could either put you in jail or publicly execute you, or you can work with us here. This is your opportunity to save face. Go ahead, Aaron.
Those are your options. I think that's...
Former Trump cabinet members testify that he laughs at these influencers.
Give unto the Lord, and he shall multiply it tenfold.
The quantum grid sees your frequency. Donate and ascend.
Salvation is near.
Israel, since Israel's public psyop was that Iran has nukes, there had to be a public disarming of that, a public taking out of their chess piece there, right? So Trump goes, okay, cool. I'll make the public narrative that we took out your nukes or your ability to use nukes. Now what do you got? Nothing. That's it. Done. Game over. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, he disarmed them. He took away their whole reason to even have a war in the first place. They're freeing the Iranian people, and he's encouraging them to take their country back. So it's like removing the deep state.
You know, the whole like, oh, a school got hit. That was actually Iran. That was not us or Israel. That was Iran.
Right.
Despite all evidence to the contrary, Iran blew up their own school.
Iran is holding a Stargate that could literally change Earth's future, and nobody's been talking about it until now. This is more than just politics, because Iran sits on Stargate 10, a pre-fall energetic portal once used to anchor eternal life energy into Mother Earth's body.
I am not trying to hypnotize you at all.
For thousands of years, it's been hijacked by fallen forces who've sent frequencies through it to trap the solar masculine and suppress the divine feminine voice. The people...
Say what?
The people and voices rising up right now, they're not just protesters, they are souls who are awakening. And every single chant is cracking open dormant gateways.
Silly me. I just thought it was the US and Israel doing what they always do. Turns out, they are saving the Earth by bombing the shit out of it.
Space evangelicals flying to the moon. Trump will free the entire planet soon. Space evangelicals doing what they can. Help God's chosen people free the Stargate in Iran. Space evangelicals came from outer space.